Welcome to Moments for Moms. I'm so excited that you all decided to just take a moment and join me here today. Today, I am beyond excited. As you know, I've got my little toddler, Charlie, and he has an opinion about every food that he eats, and he mostly just wants gummies. So today, I have author Susan Neal here. We're gonna talk about how we can help our kids eat God's foods. So go ahead and grab yourself a cup of coffee or tea and take this moment just for you. Welcome. I'm so excited again that you all decided to join us. We are talking about this beautiful book. There'll be a picture of it on your screen and all of the links to where you can get it by author Susan Neal, Eat God's Foods. Susan, thank you so much for coming today.
Oh, thank you for having me, Ashley.
I'm so excited to connect again. I know we've seen each other in years past, but this is so where I'm at right now. I feel like the majority of my life revolves around planning meals and getting home at 4:30 and what do I cook for dinner and how do I make this healthy and not just feed Charlie Cheerios and gummies all day. So what made you write this book?
What made me write it is because when I started on this mission to inspire others to improve their health, it was 2016, and 40% of the population in the United States was obese. Wow. And now today it's 42%. And so I was like, how can I help decrease that statistic? And I thought, I'm going to start teaching children.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
At a young age about eating God's foods and not the food manufacturers' processed foods.
Right.
And I thought that would help.
I think that's incredible. I mean, that's what we are supposed to do, train them young and hopefully that these will develop habits. I mean, I'm doing that in all areas, like praying with Charlie, exercising, being outside, like every area. I'm trying to do that now, hoping that it'll carry on into his younger childhood, teens, adult life, planting all of the seeds that I can. Water, that's another, that's a hard one for me and for Charlie. So I have to put it in like a special cup and call it Dada's water, which is just the same water that we all drink. But it's like whatever I have to do to get him to drink the water. Like, I don't care if it's Dada's water, Mama's water, or Grandma's water.
Right.
Just trying to be creative with ideas of helping them really get the things because they're little. Like, so, he sees friends getting juice boxes and gummies and candy and all of that kind of stuff. And we have fun treats, but we don't do it often.
Yes, when my children would want the roll-up, the fruit roll-ups, I would tell them for their lunches, I said, well, you know what? That is like fake fruit. And they roll it up and it takes all the good parts of the fruit out of it. So I'm giving you the real thing. Yeah. I'm giving you fresh strawberries and blueberries in your lunch today. Yeah. And that's the real fruit. It's better.
Yeah, Charlie loves berries. He can eat a container of strawberries and blueberries and raspberries a week. So I feel like that's a
good thing.
That's a win. Yes. And we do a lot of hard-boiled eggs. He likes egg whites. So we're getting there. We're getting there. Yay. So you are a mom yourself.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about your family and your kids.
Okay. So I have 3 daughters and they're all in their 20s. Okay. And I just want to tell you that what you do and all of this that you're working on ends up working. Your healthy living habits really does, because my daughters will say to me now, they'll say, Mom, have you heard about this? In fact, one of my daughters just sent me an article about plastics. Look, Mom, in the plastic water bottles are leaching plastic. You should write an article on this. Or they'll give me recipes.
Yes. And, that's so cool.
And also exercise. Like every week, I would exercise at the gym and I put them in the nursery and I was just very consistent. They all exercise. Yeah. In fact, they want to take me to the gym now and show me what to do.
That's so funny. That's something that, because I do work full-time out of the home, that's been a challenge for me because I've had to learn I either have to get up at 3:30 and commit and just do it and get it done. And when I do, I will tell you, like, the rest of the day, I feel so much better. I make better choices. I feel like I'm a better mom and a better wife because I've taken that for myself. But there's some mornings, if Charlie didn't sleep that night, I'm not getting up at 3:30. So it'll be after I get home. And it's really fun, like, to try and incorporate him in the workouts. Like, he'll do squats. And I got him these tiny little 1 pound dumbbells and a tiny kettlebell. And he just does it with me. So I think as a mom, we do have to like adapt our schedule and figure out how to include them, you know?
Yes.
So did you do that?
That's great.
With your girls at all?
That's great. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I would put them down on, they'd have their own little mats and do different stretches and stuff, but they weren't as good at it. They weren't as, their attention span wasn't as long.
Yeah. Charlie's not going to like go through this set of workouts 3 times. Like he's going to do it the one and then we're getting in some cars out and do something else, but we're trying.
Great.
We're trying to make the time. So you mentioned that over 40% of the population is obese.
The adult population. And for children from 2 to 19, it is 19 years of age, it is 19% are obese. And it starts like 2 to 5-year-olds or 13%, and then it moves up to like 20, 21%, and then the average is 19%. Wow. So almost 1 out of every 4 children in the U.S. is obese.
And I mean, we know that there's health issues associated with that. Do those start, like, is that a root of some of them, even that young? Like, if our children are obese, does that add to, like, the health issues that they could potentially have in the future?
Oh, yeah. So just initially, what really breaks my heart is how they may be teased, you know, in peer, and, you know, and so that starts from an emotional aspect for them with lack of self-confidence. But then that does, contribute to other diseases like, you know, heart disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, those kinds of things as they become an adult.
Wow. I mean, and as a mom, like, and a parent, right? You just want to protect I want to protect him from everything. I know I can't, but, you know, I do. And it is so easy to fall into the trap of like quick and easy because sometimes you're just scrambling to get through the day. So I found something that's helped me is on Sundays, I'll take a little bit of time and try and prep some stuff. Like I'll boil my dozen eggs on Sundays. I'll clean my vegetables. And I don't know how else to do it because when I get home at 4:30, that's like, I mean, toddlers, right? That's kind of their time when they could be doing really good or he can be not having a great moment at that time. So that's not the time when I'm probably going to choose healthy. If he's having a bad moment, I'm going to choose easy over healthy. So meal prepping has really helped me.
Right. And I take care of a 1-year-old, and what I like to do is just have on hand a sweet potato that I've baked. Oh, and he just loves it. I put some organic butter and cinnamon on that.
Yeah.
Oh, man, he will just eat that and just loves it. Or you could do that with a baked potato.
Yeah.
You know, and you could mash it up, and we can do a green apple and slather it with some almond butter or cashew butter.
Yeah.
So dinners don't always, or meals don't always have to be elaborate.
Oh, that's freedom. We put so much pressure on ourselves, right? I know I do, like as a wife and a mom, like my husband works outside on roofs. So I feel so responsible for making sure like he has a really nice meal when he gets home, but that meal probably isn't going to be what Charlie wants. So then I'm also trying to cook something for Charlie, and it's exhausting.
So what I did to make things easier when, you know, I had 5 of us at home to cook for is on Sunday I would cook and I would always make big portions. And then on Monday I would cook and I'd make big portions. And then on Tuesday I would have leftovers from Sunday. Wednesday night we'd eat at the church.
Okay.
Thursday night we would have leftovers from Monday.
Okay.
And Friday night, we'd go out to the Mexican restaurant close by.
Yeah.
And so I almost got through the week with just 2 meals.
And you rotated it too. So it wasn't like leftovers, different style of leftovers every night. Like it was a rotation.
And if I added 1 vegetable or a salad to the leftover meal, it seemed like it was a different meal. And it was a few days later.
Yeah. That's a great idea. I love anything that I can do to help our nights go smoother as a family. There's so much that happens at night in the life of a family and a toddler. And so anything that I can do to help those nights go smoother, I am grateful for that advice. And I know that all of the moms will be so grateful for that advice too.
Yeah.
For sure. So we're going to take a quick break, but we still have more time. And I'm so excited to talk very practically about all of these things. So hang with us. We're going to be back. Right now, Stephanie's coming up with a What the Hack segment. So stay tuned for Stephanie. I know you all love her. I love her too. And then we're going to come back and talk practically about what does this look like for parents? How do we do this with toddlers? How do they not eat Cheerios and gummies all day? And Susan is going to help us. And I'm excited, and I know you are too. So stay with us. We will be right back.
We want to connect with you. Make sure to visit our website, momentsformoms.tv, for the latest episodes of the show, guest information, resources, and so much more. Visit momentsformoms.tv today.
The hat. They're singing.
We are so excited to be back with you. What the Hack with Stephanie and Rebecca.
Hey.
So as I was preparing for these segments, I felt like the Lord was leading me to the scriptures in Titus where it says, older women teach the younger women. First, let me clutch my pearls. Older women. What? But I am 56, married 30 years. Blended family, been at my job 23 years,
Wow.
you know, lots of stuff. So I do have some experiences.
Right.
So maybe it's time for me to mentor the younger generation, especially about being a mom, because we get so tied up and we get so busy and we get so set in our ways that we forget maybe to try new things. Like we think we know what we like, we know what we don't like.
Let's
That's
not switch it.
But I had an experience recently that I wanted to say, maybe we don't know what we want, but in trying new things, you're trying something new.
I am.
Tell me about it.
Okay, so my friends and I decided to start a podcast because we were like, again, we know nothing. We're all in our 19, 20, whatever. We were like, we want to have a way to encourage young Christian girls in their walk. So we just wanted to try something new because obviously we have never done a podcast before. We just wanted to make it a way to encourage people.
And what is more needed right now than young people to be encouraged in the Lord?
Because this is when our generation is searching for something. So you have to have good things.
And there's too many things out there.
Absolutely, yeah.
That could draw them in that is not good.
Right. And fills your mind with terrible things. And we want it to be a light.
Right. So where is the podcast located?
You can listen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. It's called Heavenly Laughter.
How much fun is that? So something new, something scary.
Something scary. We were all like, we don't know what we're doing here.
But listen, with the Lord, we can do scary, right? So Mama, this is what I want to say to you, okay? Try new things. My husband and I are doing the Hog Wild canoe race next week, okay?
I love that.
Never done a canoe race, okay? Never done anything like that, but we thought my son did it and his wife did it and they said it was a blast.
Okay.
So we're going to try it. So try the new thing. So in that, I saw this in recipes. I saw this in magazines. I saw this in so many things. And I was like, ew, not going to ew. But then I went to a friend's house, longtime friend. She had it. I tried it. It was delicious. So I want to share it with you. It's so easy. It's simply watermelon pieces. Okay. We're going to make them in bite-sized pieces.
Okay.
Nice, good, fresh watermelon. I'm using my fingers.
It's all good.
Okay. I'm just going to do one. So,
all right.
Balsamic glaze.
Again, I like all these things separately.
I like all
together,
them separate, but I was like, well, who thought to put this together? You know, and
might be a great combo.
Okay. And a little bit of feta. Okay. I got hooked on it. Like I kept eating it for days and days and days. And you've never tried this, right?
No, I haven't.
And at first you were like the thing separate.
Again.
Yeah. So here's
all right, we'll try it.
Here's
Thank you.
Go ahead, try.
All right, thanks.
It's so good.
I'm gonna go with a full bite. The
combination together, you just listen. I don't know who thought of it. I don't put a bunch of stuff together like this.
It's really good.
But it's delicious. My email is right here. Please reach out to me if there's anything I can help you with. And please, Mama, try the new things. Try the scary things. I'll see you next time.
The hat. They're singing.
Welcome back. I'm not going to waste any time. There's so much to talk about. Author Susan Neal here. Susan Neal is here talking about her book, Eat, God's foods. And y'all, this book is beautiful. There are so many pictures in it. So Susan, I know this will be so fun for me to actually, this isn't just a book for me to read. Like, right? This is a book for me to look through with Charlie and tell me, there's activities in here, recipes. Tell me everything that people can expect when they get this book.
Okay, well, first it starts out with the scripture verse of how God planted, in the Garden of Eden, and how he gave us fruits and vegetables to eat, and then later on meats. And so in each area, we go over fruits, nuts, seeds, grains, meats, and we look at each one. And then there's an activity. For example, for the vegetables. Yeah. You go through a list of like 50 vegetables because God gave us over 100 vegetables. Which ones have you eaten? Which ones do you want to try? And then for the nuts and seeds, it has pictures. Can you point to, a almond? Or can you point to a Brazil nut? Do you know what these look like? And so they do, the seek and find for that. Mm-hmm. And then after each section, there's also a recipe for then you can cook. You can make homemade almond butter with Charlie, and it will only take 20 minutes. And then you'll have almond butter for the next month.
Oh my goodness. Let's cook frozen berries, smoothies. I love that.
Right.
I love that. I feel like, especially like, if it's rainy or if it's too hot or if it's too cold, I'm always looking for something fun to do with Charlie, something that he can learn, trying to keep him off the screen, just keeping his mind going. And he's so curious. And like I was telling you on our break, he is such a little alpha male. So if any of this that we're eating or doing is his idea, it's going to be great. As opposed to just like putting foods in front of him to try. If he can like see this book and like he'll see these and he's like, oh, I eat strawberries. I think this is it's a fun book for them. And look, there's squirrels and he's obsessed with squirrels and they're grocery shopping. That's adorable.
So one grandmother, what she did is she took her grandchild to the grocery store and they went through and they found all the different vegetables and all the different fruits in the grocery store.
Like a scavenger hunt.
Yeah, because what's fun. A dragon fruit?
Yeah.
Or what's a star fruit? And you cut the star fruit and it looks like a star. And so they found all the different stuff and that was a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. And an idea to do is each week or each time you go to the grocery store, okay, you pick out a new fruit this time we're going to have. And so each week they pick out a new fruit. Okay, for dinner this week, do you want to have the squash here or do you want to pick the broccoli and let them choose?
Yeah.
Because when they do, then what happens?
He's going to want to do it.
Exactly.
His idea. Everything's better when it's Charlie's idea. That's awesome. That makes me, like, we're filming this on a Wednesday, and we normally go shopping on Saturday mornings. So this is making me very excited. I can't wait to take this book home and just kind of go through it with Charlie. I think it'll make him excited to go to the store with me also. Yes. Like, he's already excited to go through the dairy, or to the fruits, and, they always have, like, the free bananas or free oranges or something out for the kids. But I think that he'll love doing this. So how do we do this? What are some, like, easy and quick tips for us to do this as parents? Or on like the nights where it is a scramble.
So you could scramble eggs.
There you go. Breakfast for dinner.
Oh, man, we did that, quite a few different times, probably at least once a month, breakfast for dinner because it's quick and it's easy and there you go.
Yeah.
Or you just have the baked potato or the sweet potato. But if you're going to be out and about, which many parents are with all the different sports activities or dance or whatever you might be involved in. So get your bags of almonds or your bags of different type pecans or whatever grows in your area and make a snack bag. Maybe put some raisins in there or dried cherries or whatever, and then have your child work with you and you create these, and then you're going off and okay, let's grab a bag of that and we have it for when we go.
That's a great idea. Are there any like cereals, like a Cheerio or a Chex, or is there anything that you would recommend? Because he loves eating like Cheerios. You know what I mean? Like what would be a healthy alternative? Is there something that would be an alternative to something like a Cheerio or a Goldfish that kids like to snack on or they get served in church?
Well, Again, like the 1-year-old I take care of, instead of those items, I go to a farm and I get pecans.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So his snack are the pecans, and and he's 1. And
Wow.
he'll nibble and chew.
Yeah.
He absolutely loves the pecans. And a child's brain is growing so much the first few years. I think it's 90% developed when they're 5, and I don't know, like 50 or 70% when they're like 2 or 3. So you want to give them good oils. You want to give them avocados.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, you want to give them the nuts and the seeds, because those have the oils that are beneficial for the brain growth.
Okay.
So unfortunately, I would avoid the cereals.
Okay.
I would look at, other things that give them all the raspberries, all the berries.
Right.
That has the vitamins, because with the cereals, especially if it's made out of white flour, they take out a couple of parts of the wheat berry, so then it can sit on the grocery store shelf for a long time.
Right.
So you want to give them foods that will spoil, because they're full of vitamins and nutrients.
Right.
And not the foods and nuts and seeds.
Yeah, and those are crunchy.
Fruits.
So it's still like the crunchiness that I think he's used to.
And they're easy.
Yeah. And they're healthy, and I like him too. We
Mm-hmm.
can share snacks. That's a great idea. Thank you. I'm okay with giving up the Cheerios. I just need to offer something different,
Yes, yeah. So what kind of nuts grow around here?
I don't know. I'd have to look
and
locally.
go to a farm?
Yeah, we have a farm right down the street from our house, which I go and I get like some eggs and some meat. Sometimes I just like to support them. It's like a little house, and they have a farm there, and they do like a pumpkin patch, and it's really sweet. But I'm going to go there and ask them, because I don't know. I mean, it's nothing that I've even considered looking into before, but I'm very intrigued, and now I want to know.
Yeah, and if you go to a farm to get, where they have nuts or seeds, then that's going to be less expensive.
Sure.
Than buying it at the grocery store.
Yeah, and I love supporting like local farmers, and like we have so many just on our street. It's so fun to go there, and you kind of get to know your neighbors, and you're helping them and supporting their business, and they're providing us with really good food.
Yes.
I mean, it's a blessing.
They are.
So we only have a couple minutes left. I want to touch on, we talked a little bit about like kind of how I try and like cram a workout in with Charlie. Are there other alternatives for family and fitness, and what can we do?
I call it fun family fitness.
Okay.
Fun family so you want it to be fun, and you can, sit down and be like, especially as they get older, okay, what do you, enjoy doing? Should we go skating? Should we go bicycling? Should we walk? So for your age, what I always did is I always did the stroller, and we walked and walked. And even, it's so funny, around the mailboxes of our neighborhood, blackberry vines would grow up. So I would always stop and pick the blackberries to eat in the spring.
Yeah.
And so
he would love that.
Yes. So, but then as they grow, it's like, okay, let's try, swimming. I mean, that is a fun family sport. Yeah. You could have a basketball, hoop at your house. Yeah. And then I wanted my daughters to learn how to snow ski. Yeah. So we would go snow skiing once a year to teach them when they started at like 5. Yeah. So, and then you do it as a family, and it's loads of fun.
I love that. And they're good. It's like we're already outside he loves to be outside. I mean, so no matter what, we try as hard as we can to get outside every single day. So those are all things that we can easily do. And I think my husband would actually enjoy doing that with us too. So it would be the full family doing it.
Right.
So,
and even my daughters now in their 20s, whenever we go on a vacation, we're always going hiking. Yeah. And we've got to go to that waterfall or the top of the mountain, and we love it together as a family.
I love that. I love that. We only have a couple seconds left, but tell everybody, where can we find your books? Where can we find out more about you?
Okay, they can go to my website at susanuneal.com. That's Susan, U, the letter U, Neal.com. And you can find my book anywhere books are sold.
That's so awesome. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh,
I so
thank
appreciate
you.
it. Yes,
Thank
I'm
you.
so excited to jump into this with Charlie. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you all so much for joining us. Dr. Brooks will be here with a mental health moment, so stay with us, and then we will see you next time.
Moments for Moms is more than just a show. It is a community of moms encouraging each other on this incredible journey we have been called to. Join our private Facebook group to share your mom moments, questions, small victories, and connect with other moms as we all come together in this ministry called motherhood. We can't wait to see you there.
Hey friends, so today we were talking to Susan Neal about healthy eating and helping our kids and our families eat healthy. So I am here at home in my kitchen like I normally am, and I'm not working because I don't know if you all can relate, but I feel like food is something that just like really consumes a lot of my life, whether it's making Charlie breakfast and lunch before I leave for work, and making Bobby breakfast and packing his lunch, and then coming home. And I mean, there's some days, y'all, where I don't even put my purse in my bedroom and like unload my stuff until after everybody goes to bed, because as soon as I get home from work, it's like go time and time to cook dinner. And I try my best to like prep the certain foods each week that I know like our family loves. Charlie's not really big into vegetables, and I'm telling you, y'all, I used to like really beat myself up over that. Like I was failing in this area of Charlie trying new things and eating enough vegetables and yada, yada, yada. And I just really, like, my husband told me, he's like, you are putting unnecessary pressure on yourself. And I just felt such a weight and a responsibility that like I had to do this for him. And it's my job, like, and I'm failing if he grows up and doesn't like vegetables. But I will say, like, as he's getting a little bit older, he's 3.5 now, and he likes edamame. Like, he can eat his weight in edamame. So I feel like that's a win. And, you know, slowly but surely we're getting there. And up until now, I've really just done my best. Like, I make those veggie spiral rotini noodles every single week. And I know that they're still noodles, but at least they have like a serving of vegetables in them. We buy zucchini French fries. I buy them the pouches with like fruits and vegetables in them. So whatever I can do to get in healthy things and fruits and vegetables. And we really, like, I encourage him to try everything I make. But at the end of the day, guys, like, I just encourage you to take that pressure off of yourself. Like, I love my family so much, and I want them to be happy and healthy and fed and all of the things. And so that is something that brings me great joy, to provide that and to do that for them. But I am taking the advice of my husband, and I hope that you guys can take his advice too. Take that unnecessary pressure off of yourself. When we were, you know, when our kids were babies, whether they're breastfed or formula fed, a fed baby is a happy baby, and a happy baby is a healthy baby. So same thing, right? Same thing in the toddler years. So whatever you're doing, if you are hanging out in your kitchen, as I'm saying this also, like, don't get me wrong, there's donuts, like, all the time, but healthy balance, right? Fruits and vegetables. So you're doing a great job. Take the pressure off yourself, and I hope that you all have a great day.